So if we don't want to do that, we need to investigate what are these kind of mind parasites? What have we ended up believing, which we didn't even remember how we got into this in the first place. So let me leave you with a thought as to how you can unravel this, again, without being an apprentice to a sorcerer, which is probably not possible. And I think the strategy is to see that we have essentially like a dominant mind, which is kind of running our show, which we may not be even aware of, or maybe put it more clearly, we are not aware of. And we have to somehow start the process, which I think is the process, the path of a lifetime. It is the quest for the Holy Grail. Who am I without this overlaid mind impinging on me? So one of the ways, and I'm not saying this is anything like the way, we have to extricate ourselves, confuse this mind. Now, there is a theory that this mind that we erroneously equate as being our true self, it's not, it's an overlay. So we have to confuse it and make it give up. And one of the theories is that this mind has essentially coerced us, or we've settled into fixed patterns, which then embed our theory of ourselves even deeper into who we are. So let me offer one simple strategy for extricating yourself from this situation. And that is simply just making the start to doing something, which sometimes is called not doing, which is essentially completely irrational. The theory is this will confuse your mind, and it will give up essentially trying to fit you into the same pattern that you've been in your whole life. So what do I mean by that? Well, you could say walk backwards, which is an interesting experience in itself. But that's like, this is crazy. Why would you do that? Or you could get a pile of rocks and move them to one place and then move them back to another place. So why would you do that? To your mind, it makes no sense. And to your sense of who you are and that you're a person who does things and gets things done and everything is clear and right. And this is like nuts. And so you're confusing the mind in the attempt to essentially loosen its grip on you. You can brush your teeth with the opposite hand. You've probably spent 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 60 years brushing your teeth every day with the same arm. Try it with the other hand. You can do things like talk gibberish. And when I say talk gibberish, I mean real gibberish, not what I would call nonsense, like the way to isolate a virus is to find an isolated virus, or the way to obtain a purified virus is to put it in a centrifuge and get the liquid and call that a purified virus. That's not gibberish. That's your same old mind just talking nonsense, protecting your identity and your sense of self. I mean a sort of total confusion. I mean giving a talk, wearing a Zorro mask, which I will now do for the rest of this time. I mean, if you're a internationally known published psychiatrist who's written best-selling books and has degrees from MIT and medical schools, to make a video about pole dancing, for God's sake, that is somebody who has decided to change their picture and do something which is seemingly incongruous to their normal view of reality, to shake things up and to see at the end of the day who this person really is.